Dr. Royal Rife and his frequency machine. Firstly, before we begin, let's understand resonance. Dr. Royal Raymond Rife and his frequency machine. Between 1926 to 1933, Dr. Rife worked on developing his Rife frequency machine that utilized resonant light and crystal frequencies to penetrate the body and destroy pathogens. Dr. Rife worked on the premise that every pathogen has a resonant energy, and when we introduce a matching resonance of a particular pathogen, you can devitalize and neutralize that problem. Resonance is similar to how an opera singer can shatter a crystal glass with their voice. There is a 313-page report, plus videos available in the information below if you'd like to dig deeper. Also, the 1987 book by Barry Linds, The Cancer Cure That Worked, 50 Years of Suppression, delves deep.
The universal microscope, developed in 1933, consists of 5,682 parts, and is so called because of its adaptability in all fields of microscopical work, being fully equipped with separate substage condenser units for transmitted and monochromatic beam, dark field, polarized, and slit ultra-illumination, including also a special device for crystallography. The entire optical system of lenses and prisms, as well as the illuminating units, are made of block crystal quartz, quartz being especially transparent to ultraviolet radiations. A monochromatic beam of light, corresponding exactly to the frequency of the organism, is then sent up through the specimen and the direct transmitted light, thus enabling the observer to view the organism stained in its true chemical color and revealing its own individual structure in a field which is brilliant with light. The rays of light refracted by the specimen enter the objective and are then carried up the tube in parallel rays through the 21 light bends to the ocular, a tolerance of less than one wavelength of visible light only being permitted in the core beam. Under the universal microscope, disease organisms such as those of tuberculosis, cancer, sarcoma, streptococcus, typhoid, staphylococcus, leprosy, hoof and mouth disease, and others may be observed to succumb when exposed to certain lethal frequencies, coordinated with the particular frequencies peculiar to each individual organism, and directed upon them by the rays covering a wide range of waves. Now directly above Rife's head is the ray tube, which will be turned on later to kill the virus. The black instrument to the left of Rife is the ray tube instrument, and consists of a transmitter on which Rife could tune the frequencies which he knew would kill the virus, just like an opera singer's voice can shatter glass. Looking through the microscope, as he applied various frequencies, that he was able to kill these microorganisms, proving his theory to be correct. In order to determine which frequencies would kill a particular organism, it was absolutely essential that he be able to see the organisms in a living state so that he could observe the effect of various frequencies in real time. Rife later called the frequency which killed an organism its MOR, or mortal oscillatory rate.
In 1931, Dr. Milbank Johnson invited 44 prominent scientists and doctors to a dinner at his residence. The End to All Disease dinner was in Royal Rife's honor, and a photograph was featured in newspapers at the time. Meanwhile, Morris Fishbein was the sole stockholder and president of the American Medical Association, AMA, and a journalist for the AMA Journal of Medicine. Fishbein, along with drug companies, put pressure on all licensed doctors to ignore Rife's machine. Under threat of losing their license and livelihood, the 44 doctors who attended Johnson's dinner denied ever meeting Rife. A few years later, Dr. Milbank Johnson was about to announce to newspapers about the success of Rife's machine in a 1934 study involving 16 cancer patients, who were all cured using Rife's machine. However, Dr. Johnson was fatally poisoned and died just hours before making his announcement. Fishbein tried unsuccessfully to buy the rights to Rife's machine. Eventually Fishbein funded a court case against Rife, and Rife turned to alcohol, which didn't end well. In Rife's own words, "Having spent every dime I earned in my research for the benefit of mankind, I have ended up as a pauper, but I achieved the impossible and would do it again." In 1931, Rife's frequency machine cost $250,000 to build, around $5 million in today's money.